What's up, vapors? Thanks for checking out Daily Vape TV. My name is Nick, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Manto mod. Alright guys, so the random question of the day is, what 3 famous people, living or dead, would you have at a dinner party and why? My first would be Benjamin Franklin, because he's kind of an out there guy. He invented a bunch of stuff, and I mean, let's face it, he's on the back of the $100 bill. My second would be Biggie Smalls, because he was a very influential rapper during his time. I listened to a lot of his music growing up, and I just want to hear his side of the story between the East Coast, West Coast drama. And last but not least, I'd have Scarlett Johansson over for dinner, because I feel like she would bring a whole different dynamic to the table, and I feel like that dinner conversation would be out of control. But that's just me. I want to hear from you guys right down there in the comments box below. So today we're going to be looking at the Manto mod from a company called Rincoe, with a big huge shout out and thank you going to Rincoe for allowing me to take a look at one of these devices for the purpose of making this video. If you're a dedicated follower of mine, then you've been seeing this thing absolutely everywhere on Vape Stew, on Salves, and all over my hand checks on various social media platforms, and I just cannot put this thing down. I've been using it a ton lately and I absolutely love it. So taking a quick look online, this device is available in 5 different color options for you to choose from. You have black, blue, red, silver, and rainbow, and it's going to run you about $48, which I think is an absolute steal. Definitely a great value for your money with this device here, and if you want to grab one for yourself, I'll leave a link right down there in the description below. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive down to the close-up view and take a better look at this thing. Alright guys, so as you can see, we've got the Manto in its original box, so let's quickly take a look around the packaging and then we'll talk about what's inside. So, pretty straightforward packaging with this one here, pretty much up to par with everything else that I've taken a look at recently. We have a picture of the device with spot gloss, there you go. Rincoe and Manto in a nice silver emboss. On the side here we have some certifications on the bottom, Rincoe.com. On this side here we have Manto and 3D user interface, which I think is kind of interesting. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. And on top here we have Rincoe. So on the back, pretty much your standard information, what comes in the box, some warnings, some company information, and social media information, and down here we have the UPC. Taking a look inside the box, first thing we're going to see here is this card, and just has some of their information on it, and apparently this is Taylor. So Taylor's their sales manager. So there you go. We have the mod itself, which of course we'll be taking a look at in just a second. Underneath this little foam piece there, little cardboard piece, we have your obligatory USB cable, pretty much standard, except this one seems a little bit longer than usual. I'm going to say this is probably, I don't know, a 3-foot or a 5-foot, so yeah, extra bonus points there. And we have some other little pieces of paper. We have the quality certificate, as you can see, nothing on the back. We have, oh, okay, so I was going to say warnings in a different language, something that I can't read, and then, of course, the English version on that side there, so it does have a little battery safety card. User manual is fold out. Fold-out user manual, not my favorite. I mean, this one's going to be easy to get back together, obviously, but not my favorite overall. Printing is a little bit small, and there's only one color graphic, so not the best user manual, but also not the worst. And last but not least, we have a warranty card. Yeah, so there's your warranty card. Alright guys, let's talk about the specs. First of all, it takes 2 high-amp 18650 batteries. Wattage output range is 1 to 228 watts. Temp control range is 100 to 300 Celsius or 200 to 600 Fahrenheit. Atomizer minimum resistance is 0.05 in temp control mode or 0.08 in variable wattage mode. It supports nickel, titanium, and stainless steel. It has TCR mode, bypass mode, near instantaneous firing speed of 0.002 seconds, 3D field 2-inch TFT color screen, oversized firing button, IML panel scratch resistant, magnetic battery door, short circuit protection, 10-second cutoff, low voltage protection, overheat protection, reverse polarity protection. It comes with a micro USB cable and it has a centered 510 connection. Alright guys, so let's get started with this Manto. First thing we're going to do is flip it over and take off the back cover. As you can see, nicely labeled inside so you can see which direction your batteries need to go in. The bottoms are both spring-loaded, so we're going to put those sides in first, like that and like that. A little bit of a bummer because it doesn't have the little ribbon thing to help you get your batteries out, so I find it a little bit difficult there. But one cool thing is you can actually take the battery door and just go boop, like that, and it latches on really nicely. So I had to shut the overhead light off to show you this screen because it's very reflective, but as you can see, nice big screen on this thing here, and it is color. To get into the menu system, just 3 clicks, 1, 2, 3, and then you can go to your different settings and temp control modes there if you just want to tap that. stainless steel mode, and there you go. You can see you are in temp control mode. Honestly, I don't use temp control, so let's just bring it back to wattage mode real quick. Actually, we'll just show you the settings, and as you can see, we have what color you want the actual highlight to be. You can have brightness, timeout, and of course factory reset there. So let's just adjust the brightness real quick, turn it all the way up, boom. And then we'll go back out to the main menu by clicking and holding this button for a second, and then that brings us to our previous menu. We're going to go to variable wattage mode and tap the button, and we're just going to keep it on normal here. So there you go. That's pretty much your navigation in a nutshell. Pretty darn easy. All right, guys, that about does it for the close-ups on the Manto mod. So let's go back to the main screen, have a quick vape on this thing, and we'll talk about it some more. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the close-up section of this video. Now let's talk about my personal thoughts about this device, some pros, some cons, and whether or not it's worth purchasing. Starting off with the pros, my first pro is the screen is huge on this thing, which is great because I could just glance at it really quickly and check where my battery's at or my wattage. It's got all of the different settings on there right on the main page, and not a lot of information you don't need like on some of the devices nowadays. So with that, I definitely love the screen on this thing. My second pro for this device is that the user interface is very easy to understand. It's going to be great for those new vapors that don't want an overcomplicated device. With this one here, it's just 3 clicks of the fire button to get into the menu system, and navigation is just with the up and down buttons there. My third pro today is that it hits very hard. This thing feels very accurate when I have it set to a certain wattage. It feels like it's putting out that amount of power. Not only that, the response rate between when you click the button and when the device fires up is very short. And my fourth and final pro for this device is the battery life. Now, typically with a big screen like this, you would think that it would go through 2-3 sets of batteries a day. Well, that is not the case. I go through a set of batteries in about a full day to almost a day and a half set to 75 watts. So that is absolutely great for me personally because I don't like charging my batteries all day, every day. Alright guys, so moving on to the cons, my first con is that it's very easily scratchable. Now, that's all down to the shape of this device because it is slightly rounded, and if you're laying it down on the front or the back, it's going to get scratched up no matter what. But with that, I feel like it's extremely susceptible to the wear and tear. Already I've got some little nicks and dings on the back cover here, and on the screen, nothing major as of yet, but now that I said that, I know I'm going to be getting some in the near future. My second con for this device is not so much a flaw in the device itself, but more or less their marketing strategy. Now, when they sent me the original email, they said it was the world's first 3D user interface mod, and with that, it's very lackluster at best. It's not 3D whatsoever. It just has a slightly tilted font on the user interface, and that's about it, with a kind of funky graphic behind it. Even the graphic itself was a little bit of a letdown because it kind of has this little power meter thing here. I'm not sure if you could see that in a close-up view, but it has a little power meter on the side, and it doesn't go up and down with your power setting. And my third and final con is very nitpicky, I'll admit, but I find it a little bit difficult to shut this device off. Now, with this one here, you click the button 5 times and it shuts down. Same thing to turn it on, but I find that whenever I click the button 5 times in a row, it tends to just fire the mod 5 times, which is very annoying. Sometimes it'll only fire twice, and then 3 clicks will bring me into the menu setting, which is also very annoying. So, as far as I'm concerned, I wish they would just kind of tweak that setting a little bit for future batches, but maybe that's just me. So at the end of the day, is this device worth purchasing? Would I go out of my way to pick one of these up if I didn't get this one in for review? I'm going to say yes to this one because the screen is big and bright and easy to read. It hits super hard and the batteries last a very long time. So there's a ton of value for your money with this device here. And I would highly suggest you take a look at it for yourself. I would say it even rivals, if not beats, some of the mods that are on the market from its major competitors. So definitely take a look at this Rincoe Manto for yourself. I'll leave a link right down there in the description. But that about does it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this. Leave your comments down in the box below and check out the description for the advocacy and my social media links. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and as always, vape on. Blah 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 blah.